How bad is Kamala Harris losing the black vote? You just need to listen to Joy Reid on MSNBC. I'm sorry, this is almost like punishing you to have to hear this, but it reveals everything about them. I'm John Mike Keene, and Joy Reid has gone completely nuts.
It is calculated, right? I mean, Donald Trump isn't just a doddering fool who happens to be racist. He's a calculated person who is not trying to grow his vote share.
He's not a fool, she says. He's some kind of an evil genius. This network cannot decide. They just now said that Trump was mentally impaired. That's Charlie Sykes said that Trump was declining and impaired. And now she's going, he's some kind of an evil genius.
He's trying to speak into the id of a particular kind of voter about when he says we have to call out Detroit, Philly, and Atlanta. We have to go into Philly, Detroit, Atlanta. He lost Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Michigan in 2020, which is how he lost the election. It's why he's under indictment for attempting to steal those races.
Well, he's under indictment because of a Democrat district attorney, Democrat special prosecutor, Democrat Department of Justice. You fool, Joy Reid. But let's watch her continue to sweat and scream and froth.
What he's telling his voters, his small, his share of extreme MAGA voters, these blacks are stealing the election. Black Haitians are violent cannibals.
Now, remember, when they accuse a Republican of something, it's always because the Democrats are actually going to do it. So she says that Trump is prepping to blame black voters. By the way, Trump is celebrating unprecedented support from black voters. So you know who's going to blame the black voters when they lose? Kamala Harris and Joy Reid.
Black people are the enemy. Black people are going to be responsible if and when I lose.
That's the Democrat Party. Just remember, mark this. If you haven't subscribed yet and rung that bell, please do. It really helps the John Mike Keene channel out. And we'll be together after Election Day when Joy Reid comes out and blames black voters.
And you are permitted through my language to do violence to them if necessary to stop another peaceful transfer of power, because he understands that he is not winning the election.
No, he is winning the election. And that's why you're covering this. She says that he is trying to trigger them with violence, trying to get people to act violently against him, when we already know that's what CNN has done against Trump and MSNBC and the mainstream media have done against Trump. They use their rhetoric because one candidate has actually had violence put against him. It's you guys, the Democrats. You're telling us your whole plan. Now let's move on to Charlemagne Demigod on his show on how blacks are responding to an ad played during football.
That ad they was running during the football games this weekend claiming the vice president supports funding gender transition surgeries for all prison inmates and migrants in the U.S. That was nuts.
Yeah, what she supports, they're going, Kamala, what you're supporting in this ad is crazy. This is reaching into the black community. Remember, this is Charlemagne God. This is the one who Joe Biden said, if you vote for Trump, you ain't black.
I don't know if it was.
I wouldn't say nuts, but that was crazy.
I don't know if it was the backdrop of football, but when you hear the narrator say Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners, that one line, I was like, hell no, I don't want my taxpayer dollars going to that.
I definitely see that she did.
That ad was effective.
That's Charlemagne, who is a never Trumper. He supported Biden in the first campaign, and now he's getting shaky on Kamala going, what are you doing? So again, when I hear the other side praise a Trump ad, I think it's important to look at what is effective in the black community versus what Joy Reid was spewing and frothing. She was working up quite a lather.
Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners.
Surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. Every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access.
It's hard to believe, but it's true. Even the liberal media was shocked Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners and illegal aliens.
Every transgender inmate would have access.
Kamala's for they, them. President Trump is for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Even the liberals are shocked that Kamala Harris is supporting this act. Even the liberals. One of the liberals is this Charlemagne show.
Kamala took a picture with a transgender. And it was this what they were saying, that it made it seem like Kamala supports transgender sex changes in jail with our money.
It literally said that Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners, and it talks about how she supports funding gender transition surgeries for all prison inmates and migrants in the United States.
This shows that the social values are not supported by the black voters. They see the social agenda of the Democrats, those issues, big losers. They are not responding to it.
That ad was impactful. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, damn.
Was it because it was during football?
I think it was because it was during football.
But the last week, like contrast of it.
Yes.
But then last week they had the same thing running on Tim Walsh and said he likes tampons in boys' bathrooms.
Tim Walz is the same thing, but lighter. Same effect. During football games, Trump is running they're kind of anti-masculinity. The anti-masculinity part of the Democrat platform is what he's running during football games and attack ads against Kamala Harris. John Mike Keene likes.
I would not have paid that. I don't think I would have paid that commercial no attention if it was any other time. But when you're watching football and you just what the hell? In between big commercials, they give you this?
See, Trump is being outspent by the Kamala campaign, but they just think, oh, we just need more money. Kamala thinks they get power just by barfing up more money. And it's not. Trump is doing targeted, brilliant, thoughtful placement of ads. It's effective and it's working. And that's why Charlemagne to God here on the Breakfast Club, listen to him. He's telling you the Democrats are losing. I'm John Mike Keene.